Hey guys, how's it going? It's For Next Mystery here and welcome to another video. This is basically a video where I go through a lot of different things regarding Bristol City and tell you my opinions on them. So a couple of things we're going to go through are basically the managerial situation, new players that are coming in and the kit, and I'm going to give my prediction on where I think Bristol City is going to end up in the Championship this season with everything that's happened at the moment. So if you do end up enjoying this kind of video, then please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this and what kind of topics you want me to talk about. So we'll start off with the managerial situation, where we had a lot of names put forward for this position and it would have been incredible to have some of them. We had the likes of Chris Hughton, we had Eddie Howe for a little bit, which wasn't very realistic, but we had Steven Gerrard, we had Paul Cook. We had a lot of different names. We even had Joey Barton at one point. And we ended up going for Dean Holden, which was obviously Lee Johnson's right-hand man. I see this as a good thing and a bad thing. I'm kind of torn with it, because it's a good thing because he knows the team and he knows where the club wants to go in the future, because he's obviously been involved for quite a long time. But at the same time, I feel like we needed someone a bit more experienced to get us into the Premier League, but I might be proven wrong. Holden might be one of them managers that just absolutely clicks straight away, and yeah, we'd all be laughing then, wouldn't we? Because it's a lot cheaper alternative than going for someone like Chris Hughton, who would most likely guarantee us promotion to the Premier League because he's so experienced in that kind of position. Overall, though, I think it's a good person to bring in, Holden. Like I said, he knows the club in and out. So, and the players that they brought in at the moment, which I'll talk about in a bit, proves that he's got a good vision of where the club should be going. So, yeah, I think he's going to be a good person to have as a manager, and especially with the coaches that he's brought in. There's some very experienced coaches in there, and some that have been very successful in the England system as well. So, which is kind of the thing where we'll have to wait and see what happens, but because you can't really judge it quite yet. So now we'll talk about the new signings that have come in. We have currently signed 5 players at the time of recording, so I'll talk about them right now. So the first one being Joe Williams, who we got from Wigan, who obviously got relegated from the Championship last season. He's a player that we've been linked with for a couple of seasons now. We were linked with him when he was at Everton, but obviously he made the permanent move to Wigan, and now he's obviously moved on to us for a very, very cheap price, to be honest. I think it was around 2 million, I believe, which is a very good amount for the player that we're getting. A very good defensive midfielder, which is someone that we're really looking for, considering that we let Corey Smith go, who was our best player in that defensive midfield. So we needed someone to replace him, really. So we have definitely done that, I believe. Unfortunately, he is injured, but he should be getting involved in the next few weeks, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully he's not too long. And at 23 years old, he's going to be offering us a lot of years, hopefully. So yeah, we'll just have to see how he gets on, really. The next player being Chris Martin, a striker that we got from Derby. 31 years old, but a very good hold-up striker. He scored some very good goals for Derby last season, and I can see him as being a really good backup for Deju, to be honest. Yeah, he could be very handy, because obviously the Championship has a lot of games, and we will definitely need the depth this season, I believe. Especially with the kind of formation we're going to be playing, it's going to be a tough job for Bristol City this season. But I feel like that is what we've been struggling with over the last few years anyway, is the depth in our strike force. So, and we've got a lot of depth at the moment in striker positions, with obviously Naki Wells from our Deju, Semenyo, now Chris Martin, Byman. A lot of strikers that we've got. But then the next player being Alfie Mawson, who we've got on a season-long loan from Fulham. 26 years old. centre back. Very good. He's a very good left-footed centre back, which is definitely what we needed with Nathan Baker being out for a very long time. And considering we're going to be playing 3 at the back this season, we needed someone to go alongside Callas and Moore this season. So I see Alfie Mawson definitely fitting that role very nicely as the left-sided centre back. He's going to be very good. I've watched him for the last few seasons, and last season wasn't his best season, but prior to that he was a very good centre back. So hopefully he can get that form back for Bristol Cities. And obviously at 26 years old, he's still quite young for a centre back. So hopefully if we get up to the Premier League, he might be one of the players that we can bring back on a permanent after. But obviously depending on how he gets on for Bristol City. The next player being Steven Sessegnon, who we also got on the season on loan from Fulham. 20 years old, right back, or he'll be playing right wing back for us. Yeah, again, a very strong player to have, and we needed competition on that right hand side with only Jack Hunt playing in that position. Maybe Zach Viner could a little bit, but I see him more as a centre back, to be honest. But yeah, Steven Sessegnon, very good young right wing back. I can see him doing very well for us, to be honest. Been very good for Fulham over the years, and yeah, obviously because Fulham have been promoted to the Premier League, they're obviously going to be bringing some more players in, so they're letting some of their players go out on loan, and luckily we've got 2 pretty good players from them, so hopefully they can do a job for us. That's what I'm really hoping. And the last player that we've got confirmed at the moment is Chris Brunt, 35 years old. We've got him from West Brom, a very, very experienced player. He's had countless amounts of Premier League experience as well. He is definitely a good player to have, especially for our younger players, like our younger midfielders or even defenders, to be honest. Yeah, I can see him really doing a job for us. He's obviously a very tough player, and yeah, that kind of experience you can't really complain about, and he's obviously still playing quite a bit despite being 35 years old, so hopefully he does a better job than Ashley Williams did last season, who obviously, in my opinion, was absolutely dreadful, and thankfully he's not going to be playing for us this season. With the signings that we've got at the moment, and I'll talk about 1 or 2 of the other players that we've been, I think there's only one other player that we're really trying to get in, to be honest, is that Nat Phillips from Liverpool, who's obviously young. He's 23 years old, I believe, and I can see him as a very good backup centre back, but obviously I see our main centre backs being Alfie Mawson, Callas and Taylor Moore. But we've also got a couple of players that are running out of their contract that we're trying to get new contracts in for. So Famara Deju is one of them. Apparently is quite close to getting a new contract in. The same with Liam Walsh. He's having negotiations with Bristol City at the moment of getting a new contract. The one player that I'm not sure will sign a new contract is Nicholas Eliasson. I feel like he will go. He just doesn't fit the system that Holden wants to play this season. With the 3-5-2, it's a very difficult player to fit into that kind of system. Obviously, Eliasson is an amazing player, and despite the amount of game time he had last season, the assists he got was unreal. But realistically, we're just not going to play him. The only way I could see us playing him is if we played him just behind the strikers, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. And I don't think he would want to be like an impact player coming off the bench all the time. He deserves to be a player that starts most games, to be honest. So I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to go. So now we'll have a quick look at the kits that we've got for this season. And looking at the home kit, first of all, I absolutely love it, to be honest. Obviously, it was made for the 8 players that gave up their contracts to save Bristol City from administration. And honestly, Hummel have done a very good job of it, I think. It's a lovely kit. It looks smart, and I've heard a lot of people complain about the sponsorship on the shirt, but honestly, I think it fits in quite well. I don't think it's that bad. I think, yeah, I really like this top. It's very smart. top, very clean. Let's have a quick look at the away kit now, which honestly I am in love with. It is such a nice kit, bringing back the purple and lime look, and honestly, it's beautiful. I love it when we bring that back. And obviously the sponsorship looking very tidy as well. Maybe the only thing I would have changed is like the top bit here, but apart from that, a very nice kit. It's a very nice kit. So let's go straight into the goalkeeper kits. Let's go for the first one. A lot of people weren't like that happy about the goalkeeper kits, but honestly, I love them. I love the goalkeeper kits. They're very retro and they're very in your face, which I really like about a goalkeeper top. I feel like goalkeeper tops should be in your face a bit, but this one, I love the pink background with the faded colours in the middle. I can't really fault it. There's nothing in my mind that can fault that top. And then we head over to the black goalkeeper top, which, yeah, very nice. It reminds me of a retro Man United goalkeeper top, to be honest. But the colours in between the black lines are, yeah, I love that fade. The fade of the colours is so nice. Yeah, definitely can't go wrong with it, to be fair. So yeah, all in all, I think Hummel have done a very good job with our kits this season. I couldn't be any happier with it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about the kits. But I just love them. I love them, my dudes. So this is the starting lineup that I would go for. This would definitely be a playoff team in my eyes. But obviously with the amount of depth that we've got, jeez, we're going to be a difficult team to play against, I think, this season. Yeah, like I said before, I think we need one more centre back as a backup, with Baker being injured quite a lot, and he's rumoured not to be back until like December time. So we definitely need to bring in someone else maybe. With the midfield, it's a very difficult one because we do have a lot of very good midfielders, but I went with Joe Williams at CDM, Naj and Vyman. Vyman would definitely be in there because obviously I'm pretty sure he's going to be captain. It seems like that's the route that they're going with, because obviously they've got to decide on the captain. That's another thing, the captain, because obviously Corey Smith was the captain and Bailey Wright was also a captain as well, and they've obviously both gone now. So in my opinion, I feel like Taylor Moore would be the best person to have captain, just because he shows a lot of good leadership skills at such a young age, and I think you want a player that's definitely going to be at the club for a very long time, and I feel like Taylor Moore is that person. So I feel like, yeah, he should be captain, but it's looking like it's going to be Andreas Vyman, which I wouldn't be totally against, to be fair, but yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But I've also put Naj alongside him because when he does play and he plays a consistent amount of time, he could be an absolutely brilliant midfielder. His eye for a good ball is just incredible, and he shows a good defensive route as well. So he's a very good box-to-box midfielder, which in that position is what we need, as Vyman is a very attacking player. You need someone alongside him that's kind of a bit of both in a way. So that's why I went with that. Obviously Sesson Young being on the right and Silva on the left, I feel like that's quite obvious, to be fair. Wells and Deju up front, I feel like if they play enough with each other, they'll be a very difficult strike force to stop. But obviously we've got a few other strikers that we could put in to there, with obviously Chris Martin and Semenyo as backup. So, and obviously we've got Bentley in goal, but honestly, I'm a bit torn between him and Max O'Leary, to be fair. Max O'Leary, I feel like, deserves a good chance in the City starting lineup, but until we know for certain what he's going to be like at championship level, I think Bentley is a safer option. But I feel like O'Leary does need the championship experience, so maybe it wouldn't hurt to give him a few games And the last part of this video, where do I think Bristol City are going to end up at the end of the season? Something I'm thinking about doing is doing a prediction of the championship table, which I'll do in another video potentially. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. But for Bristol City specifically, it's hard because it's very 50-50 of how Holden will do, and that is the key part. We've got the players, but it depends on how Holden gets on as a manager and how well he adapts to championship football as a manager. But I thought he did quite well in the few games that he did manage last season, so I can see him doing quite well. I reckon they will be 5th place and they'll be in the playoffs. I know a lot of people have been predicting Bristol City to be mid-table or even lower than that, but honestly, look at that team. Even the starting lineup that I've put together is incredible. If that team does not get into at least the playoffs, then there's something seriously wrong. But let me know your opinions about everything I've talked about today. Let me know where you think Bristol City will be placed in the championship at the end of the season. If you like these kind of videos, then yeah, smash the like button and subscribe to this channel if you are new. I want to try a few different things on my channel because at the moment I've been doing a lot of the Bristol City career mode, but I want to try and make a bit more variety on this channel so it doesn't get boring I guess. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this. Obviously this is very different to me, so hopefully this has been quite enjoyable. Check out my other socials as well. Check out my TikTok, my Twitch, Instagram and Twitter. They'll all be linked in the description. Also, my football team are trying to get sponsorship from Nissan, and it would be so grateful from all of us if you would like and share the page that I've got linked in the description. We need to get, I think it's around 270 more likes and shares. So if you can help us out, that'd be absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I shall see you next time.